My name is Leilani Martinez, and today I will be talking to you all about police brutality. So I will be talking about what it is, what are some of the reasons it happens, and what are some things that we can do to help remedy the situation, or at least that they should probably implement in their training. So what is police brutality? It's the abuse of authority and use of excessive force used by law enforcement while performing their civil duties. A word that often goes with, police brutality, is oppression, which is the prolonged, cruel, or unjust treatment. And a lot of times the reason why oppression usually goes with police brutality is that oftentimes when someone is killed in a community, it's not seen as an isolated incident. A lot of times they'll be like, oh my gosh, just like one person got killed, I have no idea how it happened, when usually the communities are like, honestly, I'm surprised it didn't happen sooner. It's probably leading up to it. So with the police brutality, we have about 5 different categories, and we have excessive force, false arrest and imprisonment, wrongful search and seizure, racial discrimination, and sexual harassment/abuse. While I will be focusing on racial discrimination, I want to make it clear that people who are people of color can also be the victim of police brutality, and statistically are often a pretty good chunk, right? So I have a chart right here, which is police kill a disproportionate number of black people. And as you can see, we have the U.S. population. We have black at 13%, Hispanic at 17%, and white at 63%. So as you can see, like I said, white people can be a huge number of police brutality, but then when you look at all people killed by police, and we have black at 13%, yet we have 31% being killed by the police, or killed while not attacking is 39%. That's a huge number. That is very big in comparison to the U.S. population of white of 63% and 52% being killed by police, or 46% while not attacking. So what are some reasons that police brutality happens? So one of them is racially biased policing. So this is police practices based on prejudice practices. So when you have a police officer and they stop one person white, one person black, it's the exact same scenario, and they have to frisk one of them. Let's say they choose the black person, and you can say, okay, that was completely by chance, but was it really? So that's something to think about. We also have something called the hoodie effect. This is attributed to Trayvon Martin, a young 17 black teenager who was killed by George Zimmerman, a community member on Neighborhood Watch. So what this is when you associate your stereotypes and biases with an object that usually a person of color has. So in Trayvon's situation, he was a young black teenager with a hoodie. Research has shown that George Zimmerman may have been more likely to kill him because of that hoodie and made him perceive him as a threat. So what are some solutions to this? So training and specialize in cultural sensitivity. So a lot of times it's hard to police a community where it does not look like you, and you do not look like the people that you are policing. So that is crucial for policemen to be able to feel comfortable with people who don't look like them, don't have the same culture as them, right? So scrutinizing policies and legislative enactments is another solution, because if you hear something that doesn't sound or feel right to you, you should send a letter to your congressman or find some kind of way to keep in contact with them. Whether you get a response or not, they are required to record that. So that is put down that you felt a way about something that was passed and that you want to make a difference about it. Another solution is putting more money into the community. So providing counseling is crucial when a tragic event has just happened. For example, in the community of Ferguson, when Mike Brown was killed and left on the street for hours, that was traumatizing to people to see someone that looked like them killed and laying on the street, nothing done about it. So providing counseling could have been something that could have helped remedy the situation, because if you can't usually financially afford it, you would have been able to get some kind of help then. Another solution to helping police brutality is crisis intervention teams. So there's a lot of situations where people who are mentally ill end up getting killed by the police because they're not really equipped to handle that situation, or they're not necessarily trained. So having people that are specialized to help with people who do have mental illness, or it's not a situation that a police is really fit to take care of, yet someone else might be in danger, so they have to be there, a crisis intervention team can make a huge difference. So all in all, after explaining what police brutality is, what are some reasons that it happens, and what are some solutions we can do about it, something I do want you all to take away from this is that committing a crime is not should not be a death sentence. So, for example, Eric Garner selling untaxed cigarettes, that did not equal a death sentence. Those untaxed cigarettes did not mean he should have died. John Crawford, who was holding a fake gun in Walmart that was being sold by Walmart, did not deserve to die. Or last but not least, Kendrick McDade, who someone had made a fake 911 call. He did not deserve to die. Thank you.